What up, what up? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Mo.J, and this is episode 10 of Them. This is the final episode, and I have to say thank y'all for rocking with me for these 10 episodes. When I tell y'all I've been working my ass off to get these out to y'all, I've been working. But I know y'all like, Mo, shut the hell up. We do not care. Tell us about episode 10. So before I get into episode 10, we got to do the YouTube stuff. I know it's repetitive, but we got to do it. Shout out to Notification Gang. If you're new to the channel and you want to be a part of this, hit subscribe button, turn on your notification bell so you get something every time I upload. Hit that like button. Now, this is episode 10. We seen what happened to the man with the black hat. He's working for the devil and he's working overtime. We seen the tap dance man. He put Henry in all this peer pressure just to see when he shot the cop. Ooh, you done it now. And he done left because that's what people gonna do. They gonna hype you up and then they gonna dip. But this is episode 10. I'm not gonna hold y'all up. Let's jump right into it. Miss Betty, our favorite neighborhood watch. Well, she's no longer neighborhood watch. She's now called Bunker Betty because she's down here locked up and George ain't having it. You ain't coming up to the big house. I know you ain't real. You stabbed me in my neck with a bottle opener. Come on now. Now she's looking around and she's like, you know what? I see the ladder. Let me go try something real quick. Let me see if he locked it. Maybe he forgot one time. She gets to the top of the ladder and she's starting to second guess it. Like, maybe I shouldn't leave. George has been acting weird. And he did say if I leave, that would be the hardest thing. So she's up there. She's not sure if she really wants to leave. Bunker Betty, get your tail down. She makes it to the top. That sunlight hits her eyes. You know, when you open up the blinds first thing in the morning, you like, yeah. She's looking around like, oh, I'm free. She starts running, but she ain't sprinting. She just jogging like it's a commercial or something. She ain't got that speed that we've seen that Lucky had, but she gets out this thing and she starts hightailing it across the prairie. You know, we got cows back there. But unfortunately for Betty and her slow speed, she didn't make it far, maybe 200-300 feet away from where the bunker is. And George, he had other plans. He did tell her it's going to be the hardest thing if she ever tries to leave, but she can go ahead and try. And he shot her ass down, maybe about 100 yards. George had that aim. Pow. Hey man, that's love, Betty. That's love. We get a little flashback of when they were pulling up to the house and you see people outside with signs saying colors not welcome, keep Compton white. You even got Sergeant Wheatley out there with his hands folded like, man, I got to do this job again. But these white folk about to act a damn fool. So I need more money from the realtor. It turns out this was Lucky just dreaming about what was happening. Now she's in here and you remember she has to go through a procedure. The lady doctor pretty much wants to sedate her so she doesn't know what's going on and they can mold her and teach her to do things that they want, which will remove the outside from Lucky. Lady doctor looks in her eyes, don't even look for nothing, doesn't even see if they're dilated or anything. She's just like, you know what? 5 cc's of whatever the hell we got in there. And Lucky's like, can I get some water? And the lady's like, yeah, after the procedure, because this procedure is going to help you. It's going to actually free you. So Nurse White, I told y'all he's cool. He's like helping out. He's not going to break the rules, but he's going to look out for you. He ain't going to snitch or anything. So Lucky says, can I at least use the restroom? He's like, all right, I'll help you up. But when she gets up, she grabs the syringe off the table and stabs him in his neck. My dog passing out like, damn. All right, Lucky, here's our chance to make our great escape. We know how fast Lucky can run. And look at her looking at that door like, all right, if I can just get out this door, hit that hallway, ain't nobody going to be able to catch me. And look at Nurse White down there. Dang, my dog was just trying to do his job. I know y'all didn't forget about Henry being hung up down there. Now, last we seen in this basement, Gracie was biting the man on his leg. He kicked her off. Ruby went off into the dark part of the basement that I tell everyone to stay away from. But what did she go over there and get? She gets her mama's axe. And you know that axe? If Lucky was going to use that axe to kill Gracie, you already know Ruby's about to do some damage with this thing. She does exactly what we expected and she hits the man in the back. He's, oh shit. Now, I've been stabbed a couple of times. I got a long cut mark here from when I was stabbed when I was younger. But an axe to the back? Sheesh. It ain't no coming back from that. So of course this guy gets hit in his back. He on the ground. It ain't no coming back from that. It drops Henry, and Marty can't hold on by himself. So he got rope burn in his hand. He looking at he looking at Ruby like, time to go, cause she's swinging that axe. And at this point, hey, we fighting for our lives. So that means anybody can get it. The girls go and untie Henry. Marty done ran upstairs because he's scared as hell. Ruby told him, you reach for that gun. I wish you would. So he dips. Henry tells the girls, look, stay in the basement. He picks the gun up off the guy that got hit in the back of the body with the axe. A bloody scene. And he starts to chase after Marty. Now, if I'm the girls, I'm going upstairs and locking myself in a room. I'm not staying in this basement. That's just me. Henry comes upstairs slinging that iron. I'm talking pow, pow, shooting up the house, and you hear Marty trying to get out the front. He's sliding across the floor like a cartoon, like, whoa, 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 you crazy coon. Now, Henry only got one good eye at this point, but he's letting that little revolver go. Marty ain't making it far. Henry comes outside and hits him in the back of the leg, kind of like how they got Ricky on Boys in the Hood, and Marty drops to the ground. At this point, like I told y'all earlier, they fighting for their lives, so anything goes. Henry don't even need the tap dance man for this, cause hey, I'm coming back. Revenge. This is revenge. This is all this is. I'm talking Henry beating the hell out of him, and he's talking about, hey, coon, you know I got a wife, I got a kid on the way. Henry's like, man, you didn't think about none of that. You didn't think about none of that when it was my girls in there, when y'all had the guns to them, when y'all had my daughter in there cooking chicken. You wasn't worried about none of that, so I ain't trying to hear it. Marty's wife comes out talking about, get off of him, get off of him. Henry's like, tell her to shut the hell up. But she comes out and she starts talking reckless. And she says the unthinkable. You dirty nigger. Oh man, this ain't gonna be good. And guess who we see after she says that? The tap dance man, the peer pressurer, the two-finger avid, Mr. Tap Dance Man. He says, ooh, she done it. And he starts to rub on her belly because she's pregnant. Pretty much saying, hey, an eye for an eye. They tried to kill your kids. Go ahead, kill their kids. Now they got the split screen of the Tap Dance Man and Henry, because at this point, they the same person. They the same person. They going through the same thing, just different times. They can go ahead and throw up a third split up there and put me on there, because I done been through it too. But Henry, he starts having flashbacks of how all these white folk been treating him since he got the condom. And, boy, anything can go down. Fortunately for these good white folk, Henry's daughters come out and they're like, Daddy, no, what are you doing? And he's like, hey, go to the room, because he still has that anger and that rage in him, but this gives him a time to partially cool down. You know what I'm saying? Kind of think something through, like, is this really worth me going to jail and losing my kids and my wife is already locked up? The girls go in the room. Ruby still got that bloody axe with her, because that's all the protection you need at this point. Unless someone got a gun, you just swing that axe. But she gets in the room and she's trying to convince Gracie to calm down and say that Miss Vera isn't real. The reason she's doing that is just to calm her down, because Gracie's younger and, you know, kids are impersonable. So with all this going on, all this trauma, and then thinking about Miss Vera, Ruby's doing the right thing, stepping up and being a sister. But Miss Vera, the man with the black hat, they are real. Henry tries to run back in the house because all the white folk, all the good white folk are coming out like, what's going on here? Henry runs back to 3011, but the door closes and he is locked out. When I tell you they are real, Gracie's still in the room and she's hearing something to come out of the closet. So she's like, what? And y'all know that little maniac look at her. She got that mean face on everywhere she go. While Ruby is hearing the cheerleaders. Our team gonna shine tonight. Woo. Yeah, our team gonna shine tonight. And her imaginary friend, she sees her silhouette in the bathtub. When she pulls the shower curtain back, nobody's there, but the door slams shut and she's locked in the room. Come on, people. Same thing happens to little Gracie. Bedroom door closes and you see somebody pull her off into the closet. She went from angry face to scared as hell. Ruby ends up in the school locker room in the bathroom, East Compton Cougars, and her imaginary friend is here. Now we know why everybody's faces look half burnt up. They were all burnt up in the little village that the man with the black hat is from. Henry finally makes it in the house, but all the girls are in another dimension. They didn't all been snatched up. So he's walking through the house and he comes to a stairwell at the end of the hallway and it's going upstairs. And he's like, man, what is this? But it sounds like there's a movie playing in the background from a movie theater. He gets to the top of the stairs and he's in the colored only balcony. Now, movie theaters, they used to have the whites at the bottom, and in the balcony, we had the black folk. They couldn't even use the concession stand until all the good white folk had all the good popcorn and everything were situated at the bottom. But when he gets up here, he's looking around and he sees Mr. Tap Dance Man. He's asking Mr. Tap Dance Man, why am I here? What are you doing? Where my family at? And Mr. Tap Dance Man said, oh, Henry, they're over there. So when the camera turns, you see Henry and his two little girls. Now, this is where the story gets very, very interesting. Lucky then laced up the shoes, put on the overcoat, and she's getting the hell up out of here. And they got a little song playing in the background, and it's very nice. Y'all know I like to sing, so I'm going to give it to y'all straight. Who will survive America? Very few niggas, no crackers at all. I'm like, damn, this song is rocking here. I actually downloaded that song too. Pretty good. But before Lucky leaves, she about to help out some of the other black folk up in here. And we got the song playing in the background. She goes in there and starts whooping Lady Doctor's ass. I'm talking smashing it against the wall, hitting it against the sink. Who will survive America? Very few niggas, no crackers at all. Uh-oh, we got a dilemma. She gets to the front door and there's a black man up there reading a book. And he looks at her, she looks at him. He looks back in his book like, go ahead, go and get out of here. She makes it up out of there. Who will survive America? Very few niggas, no crackers at all. Now, what happens in the movie theaters with Henry, Mr. Tap Dance Man is explaining to him, the movie that you're about to watch is what happened to your wife while you were gone. You remember Henry left an hour before the old lady came and killed their baby Chester. He took his girls to the movie theater to watch a movie. This was all going on while she was getting raped and the baby was getting tortured and killed. Now the show's been throwing out hints. You remember when they went and bought the TV? Henry told the girls, now we could bring the movies to their mom. If you guys were paying attention, you would have caught that. Now you see how the story comes full circle. She just wanted him to stay at the house with the girls and the baby, but Henry wanted to take the girls out to the movies. So Mr. Tap Dance Man is trying to say, like, some of this is on you, Henry, for leaving. Back in the school locker room, Ruby's in here with that axe, and the little devil girl's talking to her like, yeah, you said your mom was crazy. You thought she was insane. You wanted to wear blue eyes. You wanted to be a white person. You crazy just like your mama. Yeah, I said it. You crazy just like your mama, Ruby. Trying to call your mom crazy. You the same way. She shows her mother has a reflection of her in the mirror. You see what I'm saying? Be careful when you judge somebody else. Because when you're judging someone else, you need to look in the mirror. Because that judgment might just be you judging yourself. Now you got the whole neighborhood. Everybody's outside. Hey, fuck you. You don't belong here, nigger. What are y'all doing? Burn the house down. Now I'm walking down the street. If y'all look closer, you'll see me walking. When I seen all them white folk, I said, yep, I'm about to go back home. I turned around. Now to all the white folk on this show, Clark is the coolest one. And I've been telling y'all, he don't want no parts of that. Let them black folk live. I ain't got no problems with them. We'll just stay over here and chill. I'm gonna go to work. Now, Marty done got his ass whooped. Marty got shot in the leg. So he's in here loading up the gun, and Clark is like, what the hell were you doing over there in Emery's basement? Now they got a man that's dead down there. Clark is wondering, what were y'all doing? And Marty, he's losing it now. He's like, shut up, talking to his wife. And then he tells Clark, you know what? Your wife was a real one, but I wouldn't waste no bullet on you. And he said a word that I won't say on this channel because people get canceled for that. And I ain't trying to get canceled for anything. Clark had enough of it though. Went over there, slapped the hell out of Marty and started stomping on that messed up leg that he got. Unlike everybody else, Clark's like, man, the hell with this. I'm going to get in my whip and I'm going to get the hell up out of here because it's about to get ugly. And who does he run into? He comes face to face with Lucky. But she walks past him because she never had no problem with him. Clark did nothing to nobody. All the white folks still out there yelling and stuff. But when Lucky comes, they part like the Red Sea and they all look at her and she looks at them. She started yelling and shit. And you know them white folk be scared as hell whenever a black person does anything. So they just shut up and they moved on out the way and let her walk up to her house. Look at them back there. As she walk into the house, boom, street set on fire. Back up, devils. I got something to deal with in this house. The man with the black hat ain't playing. The world that Gracie got drug into, she's in Miss Vera's class. Now, you remember Miss Vera taught her how to do the song, how to sing the song. Miss Vera was teaching her all kinds of things. This is because Miss Vera was a teacher back in the day. Face is all burnt up now, but Lucky comes in. She's like, what? She's in here? Now we got to fight. It's on now, Miss Vera. I told you to stop, boy. Let's see how this plays out for her, though, because Miss Vera got those paranormal activity string. While they in there scrapping, I'm talking about they getting it on. Pat, pat, pat. Oh, shit. Who winning this fight? I can't see. It's kind of dark in here. But Gracie, being the smart one, she runs back to the book. Now, she goes in the book. She finds a picture of Miss Vera. And what does she do? She tears it up. So when she starts tearing it up, it's pretty much getting rid of this spirit in the real world. And Miss Vera, she begins to tear apart in real life. I'm talking about split right in half. All kinds of blood and guts and stuff is all on Lucky. And she's like, ugh. Now, one thing I don't understand is after this happened, Lucky goes out and she's holding on to Grace talking about, I'm back, baby. I'm back. We still got to save Ruby and we got to find out where the hell Henry is. We ain't got time to be cuddling each other. We got to get up out this house. Now the little cheerleader got her talking to her mama in the mirror, but it ain't the cheerleader, it's the man with the black hat's voice. And she's saying that Lucky had other plans that day. You guys went to the picture show. Lucky starts talking in the mirror, talking about, I was going to clean the laundry, then I'm going to clean the kid, talking about Chester. But then she looks at her. Now she's standing right next to Ruby, and she tells her, now I have to clean you too. And she puts that same pillowcase over Ruby's head. She got that bloody pillowcase over Ruby's head, got her in the sink, cleaning her up a little bit. The glass starts to break from the mirror. And oh man, Ruby's really going through it at this point. But Ruby, she's in the bathroom and she's wigging out. Now she took a piece of the glass. She started cutting the side of her face because she thought she was still in the bag trying to cut about the bag. But she was actually cutting her real face. And Lucky and Gracie come in there and see it. And she starts to explain to Ruby and trying to calm her down. Whatever happened to me and your brother that day, you don't need to know anything about that because it's not your fault. And it's just too much drama. And Ruby's sitting there with the glass and she starts crying, but she drops the glass because she understands mom that went through so much. And now she done went through so much. And like I said, when you judge somebody, you might need to look in the mirror because you might be judging yourself. So she understands that her mom isn't crazy. She just went through some things. And now another good moment where we hugging each other and we just, wait a minute. Where's Henry at? Henry's been up here watching the movie, reliving everything that went on. And the whole time you got the tap dance man sitting right next to him, egging him on. Now, y'all know how the tap dance man get. He gets all up in Henry's head and he's like, the white folk, they think everything's theirs. They just take and take. They take your child. They take your wife. They take your job. They take your house. You don't need no bullets. Go out there with your bare hands and give them crackers what they deserve. Because if they took your pinky like they took mine, it ain't no telling where they gonna go. While all this is going on, luckily she ends up finding him. And she puts her hand on him and stops him because he still got that gun. He probably got like 2 shots left. But she stops him and they actually have a heart-to-heart. And they tell each other, we got this. Whatever happened, they don't blame each other for it. It happened. We have to move forward. We got to make sure that our family, our girls are good moving forward from here on out. Now, they take that moment with each other. They hug. They kiss. But we still got to get up out this house. We got to figure something out. My boy, the tap dance man's in the corner. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? I'm telling you, man, tap dance man, we got to give him a round of applause. He did a hell of a job. But, man, he's always egging Henry on. He's always putting that peer pressure on him. And then when Henry does something that he wants, you done messed up, Henry. But Henry finally wisened up. He said, I ain't listening to the tap dance man no more. That ain't nothing but trouble. So he ends up shooting him. R.I.P. the tap dance man. But it turned out the tap dance man wasn't dead. So he starts laughing, and Henry goes over there and squats down, opens up his jacket, and he pulls out a handkerchief. Now he starts to wipe off the tap dance man's paint. And who is it? A white man. And what does this symbolize? White men used to dress up and paint themselves as blackface and show black people doing all kinds of ignorant stuff, acting like monkeys. So this whole time the tap dance man was a white man encouraging black people to do ignorant, dumb, stupid things that you wouldn't normally do. But that's where I said peer pressure. I know these things, people. Pay attention and watch. Now they come up with a plan. Henry says, I'm gonna go out first. Lucky, you and the girls, y'all come out after me. Ruby's like, Dad, I don't want you to go, but they got to get up out this house, and that fire is still going on outside. I'm talking about it's hot as hell out there, but they got to go on out there. Ruby brings up the good question. What about us? What if they come back? And Lucky tells her they ain't coming back. They ain't coming back. Ruby asks, but if we're not running from us, if they're not gonna come after us, what about them outside? And you remember Henry told them earlier, we're not running from anybody. See how the story comes full circle? Lucky says, Ruby, we ain't running from them. We ain't running from nobody no more. Now pay real close attention. I'm gonna break down this last little scene for you. Now, the man with the black hat is down there. We know he made a deal with the devil to stop black people from thriving for the rest of his life, or it would be hell for him. Now, Lucky gets down there, and what does the devil do? He starts to shame her. You didn't protect your son. You failed your son. Your job was to make sure that your son stayed alive. Now, what does the devil do? The devil presents Chester. Now, Lucky picks the baby up, and she's just reminiscing about everything that happened. But now the devil has to make an offer. What the devil is making an offer is, you'll get your son back, but you got to come on over to this dark side and help me stop the blacks. See, the devil's always going to throw you a deal that you might not want to do. It may seem beneficial, but in the long run, it's not, because you're going to do everybody else harm. That's why they always make a big deal about don't sell your soul to the devil, because the devil is going to make it hard for you and everyone around you. But after all this, Lucky looks at the baby and she understands that the child is gone. So she has to move forward and love the family that she has now, her 2 girls and her husband. So she tells the devil, I see you. This whole time you've been trying to blind me from moving forward with my life and trying to shame me. I got to move forward with what I had. You've been blinding me, but I see you for what you are. Now, what she does do is take the crucifix from him. You remember when the black lady handed him the crucifix? That's when he really started to change against black people. So she took the cross from him, because the devil can hold on to the cross, but he doesn't really deserve it. So she takes it, and now I see you for what you are, and I'm moving forward with my family. So now he's like, oh, it's over with for me. You know what I'm saying? And just like that, the spell is gone. He lost all his power because his job was to keep bringing blacks down, but he couldn't convince her to cross over and sell her soul to the devil. And here he is on fire. The man with the black hat is gone. Boy, don't nobody do it like I do it. Henry comes out that thing all beat up. You got the cops across the street holding them things out. All the white folk out there just looking like they always do. Oh man, fire still just burning. The family comes outside and they ain't running no more. Still got the dolls hanging up. Fire just ablazing, guns drawn on them, but we ain't backing down. Lucky, Gracie, Ruby, Henry. We ain't running from nobody else no more. This is our house. Now, whatever else happens after this, y'all gonna have to figure it out, but this is our house. You are young, gifted, and black. We must begin to tell our young. Them, episode 10 to recap. This show was very well put together. I give it an 8.5 out of 10. I like it. People are talking about we need a second season. I don't know how the hell we'll do a second season, especially to top this, because the demons are gone. But they could do something. Me personally, 8.5 out of 10. I really love it. Thank y'all for tuning in with me. Let me know what y'all think below in the comments. Thank y'all for helping me grow. I think over these 10 episodes, I got about 300 subscribers. So all of my new subscribers and all the new people watching it, thank you. I definitely appreciate you. If you comment below, I try to respond to everybody. If you like the content on my channel, hit the subscribe button. Definitely give me a like. Thanks for watching. I'm out. That is them, the 10-part series, people.
Jimmy on the beat, boy.